Hello, 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 everybody. Did you like that, Laura? Hello. hello, everybody. Everybody needs balance in their life, don't they? They need so much balance. Okay. Shameless plug in a very interesting way. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our Saturday night Facebook, YouTube Live. So excited to have all you guys here. Come on in, say hello. Let us know if you've seen Laura or not. Let us know if you've seen Laura or not before. And if you are part of Laura's healing circle from the last time we're on. I'm sure Laura would love to know if you're here. So hello, Jamie and Sister Sledge, Diane. Hello. And Joy to the World. Hello. Carson. Hello. Jill and Beth. And Gemma, good to see you, my friend. How are you? Good to see you. Tina. Hello. And Tawny. I've never seen Laura before, is what Carson says. I'm a Laura newbie. Excellent. I do not see Laura, although I am part of her healing circle. Okay. Well, if you've seen her before on the live is what I meant to say. Not like if you've gone like, hi, Laura, I'm here to see you. But, on her live. Gina, hello. And Joy says hello. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. If you are interested, in checking out everything about Laura, please go to her website, www.littleaspenstudios, plural, littleaspenstudios.com. Hi, Marlene. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Amanda, hello. Thank you for being here. Joy says, yes, a couple hundred times. Thank you. Thank you. Sandy G, what's going on, girl? Thanks for being here. So a little for those of you who are new, a little background. Laura and I have known each other since 1998. We were both 4. Well, Laura's actually was 6. I was 4. So we've known each other a very long time.
Yes, yeah.
Laura has, I'm just going to tell you guys, Laura, there isn't anything Laura can't do. I mean, she's made scarves, she's made jewelry, she's made glass structure. I'm just going to say, oh my God, where's my words? Think of your words, Elias. Think. She's made the, the colored glass things.
Yeah. Used glass. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Not symphony lamps. Yeah. Stained glass. That's what I was looking for. And this I still have to this day. Please hold callers. She has made, as you can see, I do use it. She made this beautiful wooden bowl, and I have stuff in it, but oops, hang on. Yeah. There it is. Laura's last name. Okay. And then it's, look at this. That's from
83.
83. Yeah, 93.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a long time. 93 or 03, Laura? It's 03.
It's 03. Okay.
03. Yeah. 03. So, and I keep this on my medicine cloth, and there's a piece of this beautiful wood on there. And then I've got a little piece of Palo Santo. And then I have also from the special Greek bread, when you get the special coin and the Greek bread.
You got the coin. Yeah.
So it's all good. Oh, and see, here's everybody coming. Michelle, hello. And Sarah and Chris and Vicky, thank you. Delora, I'm over here traveling home. Oh, good. Good to see you. That's good to see you. So Laura Staisiunas has been my friend for ages, and she's been to the Amazon jungle. She has done everything from the woo-woo to non-woo-woo. And she pharmacist. I mean, go figure. There's a lot. And she is the creator of this amazing deck, Sacred Attunement Oracle. It's a 44 card deck for your ascending soul. And this is the cool piece. All this information. This is Laura's handwriting, by the way. All this was channeled. All the information was channeled. And Laura, these are all ink.
Yes, they're all they're all alcohol ink, which is a medium I never did in my life. And this is part of, part of my work in the Akashic Records too. I knew I wanted to do a deck. I knew I wanted to do something different. And I knew I didn't want to do nothing against photoshopping and cropping and, all of that.
All the stuff. Yeah.
That's not me. That's not my essence. So I took this alcohol ink class like 2 years before I even did my card deck. But here we go with the intuition. I knew I had to be there for this class.
Right.
Took the class. I'm like, okay, well, now what? Nothing. Put it off to the side. And then when I'm working in meditation or in the records, like, well, what am I supposed to do next? And they're like, okay, you're going to make a card deck. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And I felt very comfortable with that. And I'm like, well, what am I going to do? And then boom, the download came in, and it's the alcohol inks, because there's fluidity. If you look at the picture, and you don't realize it at the time, but you start looking at some of these pictures and you see things in here.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Super cool.
There's faces, or there's sacred geometry, or there's some kind of message, in the, here we go.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah. And so I'm working in the records, and I said, okay, well, what else? And then they're like, oh, they need your. So I wanted my energy in these.
Right.
My energy. And if it went like something like that, it went off, if it went off where am I at here? Yeah. If it went off the little square, I told the printer, no, it has to be this
right.
way. This is the way I want it. They're like, okay. Just like with the words, it was very clear when I was working the records, that was handwriting. That's your handwriting. It's, they don't want a font, nothing. The message, the same thing. Everything just came through.
Why do you think that was, Laura? And then we'll talk about what the Akashic Records is in a second. But why do you think it was told to you that it has to be your writing?
Because that is, people can feel my heart when they see the word, and quite honestly, you either resonate or you don't resonate.
Right.
And it was very clear. Don't put a booklet with this. Don't, just have all the information on the bottom, the message that was sent. Yeah. On the bottom. Very, very easy, but it doesn't say, this is what this means.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
The records are very clear. Empower them. Use this as a gateway for their inner wisdom.
Right. Yeah. And I love that you said gateway, because I don't think people understand that piece of the connection that can happen in the Akashic Records and how it is. And I was listening to somebody, and because there's so many ways to, not like how we were taught and how you were taught, because I know you did it 2 different ways. But, someone said, oh, I just went online and learned how to do the Akashic Records. You could, but you can also, I said you could, but you really want to get where it is like you are so grounded in it, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. So it's really important to learn the traditional stuff. Hey, Stephanie. Sounds like a retreat project. You're cute, Amanda.
Yeah.
Monet wants like ink blots. She wants to know.
No,
these are not. It's alcohol.
Yeah. And when I see, and the other thing with this is when I make these, when I make my draw, or my, whatever you want to call them, drawings, I blow my breath into the ink. So that's another dimension of my soul coming into the cards.
Right. So everything is with intention, guys. Everything is with intention. So can you explain everybody what is the Akashic Records so they know?
You know, and it's funny because the Akasha really has shifted in the last 20 years
Hmm.
since the very first time that I was taking my classes.
Sure.
And I've worked with 4 different teachers
Mhm.
just to get their, you know, just to get their you know, perspectives and on what's happening. Well, the Akashic records are um everybody, every living thing, every living particle is in the Akasha. So this is, and your soul is there since its inception. So galaxies ago. Um, everything is held. It's kind of like the collective unconscious, if
Mhm.
you're into psychology. So everything is there. So it's this multi-dimensional, it's like a super highway Google, you know, for like energy and information and wisdom.
Mhm.
So the angelic realm is held within the Akasha. Your past lives is a realm held within the Akasha. Sacred geometry is another realm held within the Akasha. And that's what we're pretty familiar with those. But then there's also like galactic Akashic records that we can tap
Fascinating.
into. Yeah. So I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It just is and you learn how to tap into that
And
because
for those of
huge.
go ahead.
That's why you need um, a pretty specific entry. You know, well, I have found a pretty specific like entryway in there because otherwise, it's like it's so huge. It's like,
Right, right.
where
And
am I? Yeah,
it's done with prayer, guys, and there's a specific prayer, and we
yeah,
can talk a little bit more of that. And actually, Sarah, Laura teaches it. Laura teaches the Akashic Records. So and you can go to her website and take a look.
yeah.
Now, Akashic Records, guys, so you all know, it has been referred to in the Bible.
Right.
It says the Akashic Records in the Bible. They talk about it, which I think is
Yeah,
fascinating.
yeah.
Fascinating.
And
Yes,
sometimes it's
but
called the tree of life. So that's
mm,
another way that in sacred text how it's
right.
related to. Yeah,
Tree of Life, also the Book of Life, too,
the book
right?
of life. Yeah, the book
Yeah.
of life. Yeah.
Yeah. So if just fascinating, guys. Carson says you breathed in the intention to each card. So very cool. Powerful. Yes, very much so. So Laura, do you feel like, well, I'm going to tell everybody this. So I did an Akashic record reading with Laura, and she didn't know this. I didn't tell her. And this is when I was thinking about going to the Pacific Northwest. And she said, we're in the Akashic Records. And she's like, you know, I'm seeing and they're telling me that you need to go to the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's very
really?
clear. Yeah.
It was so like boom, like no stopping, like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Nope. And she was kind of direct. Um, Laura mentioned that there's something like Oregon and or close to it. So I did look at Oregon, and I actually my 3 week stay was in Oregon, and then of course I moved across the river, across the state to the across the border to Washington. Um, it all comes back to us being united species.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, so very true. So very true. Hi, Dina. So, what would you say the Akashic records, like if you were to tap in? What, because we were talking this month about change.
Let me,
Oh, go
okay.
ahead.
Before we
Yeah.
go into change, let me tell
Yes.
you
Yes. Yes.
something that I've never told you before.
Oh, okay.
And when I do a reading, everything is that person's information. And quite honestly, I don't remember anything after I leave, and we'll close the records, and because I feel your information is your information. If that person is not supposed to know something, at the time, I usually just get like a black screen, or I'll hear something. So when they said yes, when you're asking about the move to the Pacific Northwest, I heard very clearly, yes, he has to go somewhere, Oregon, somewhere up there. I saw the trees, and I'm very visual, and I'm seeing all that. And then the voice said, or my transmission said, because he's going to meet the love of his life. And then it was like, which, don't tell him that, because if that was told to you, can you imagine that different spin?
Yeah, but I knew that I had to go to meet the one.
Let him go.
Yeah. It's very cool. Very cool.
When they were opening, actually, I had one of my instructors open when I was moving to Colorado. She said, in one of, we're trying to make, I'm making the move out here. And it's like, well, why am I even here? Why can't I just vacation, come back, blah, blah, blah. And the records told her she is to bring the records to Colorado. Oh, no small feat. I have to bring the Akashic Records, to Colorado. Little did I know, Sounds True is 15 minutes away, and Gaia is 20 minutes the other way. And this was Linda Howe. Love her dearly. My great, and she got a contract with Sounds True. I get this phone call. She says, "Do you know anybody at Sounds True?" And I'm like, "No." But that was and then she, I think, wrote maybe like 4 books with Sounds True. But that was bringing the records to Colorado.
I think that's really cool. That's super
Isn't
cool.
it interesting? Yeah,
fascinating.
So you never know where this, shifts you.
Because again, guys, we do have our own choice, right? We have our own choice. And the fascinating thing is that, you can choose or not to choose, but the way it's lined up, it's in your records. It's there. It's like Laura said, it's the knowing of all knowing. It's the past, present, future, and then some. It's just fascinating.
It's all possibilities and probabilities.
Right. Exactly. Now, before we're going to talk about change from the Akashic Records, I'm going to talk about your new deck that's coming up, a backup decker, and you can use it on its own, but it's kind of an additional deck to this. What would you say, Laura? What would the records say, or what from all your experience about change? Like, what is it so important? Why is it important that we have to be open to change?
Well, first of all, and this sounds very simple. People must want the change. So many people call and say, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And they see it on social media. I want that, but that's not them. Or I want the, I want what they want, but it's not them. So they really need to look at themselves and see the change. I mean, I'm probably just as bad as this. Like someone might say, I want to lose some weight. So what are they doing? They're sitting on the couch watching the food station, Food Channel, whatever. And they're like, hey, that looks like a good recipe. And then yeah, I'll try that. I'll try it tomorrow.
Yeah, try it tomorrow. Been there, done that several times.
Everybody is. So there's no action. And that's how the records work. you'll make your change with, you got to take action steps, and the records won't give you any more information. It's kind of like homework,
Right.
It's like until you kind of figure this out, they would, and this is just my paraphrasing, why would we give you more information when you didn't even do the information we gave you 2 weeks ago?
Right. Does that sound familiar, everybody? Something that you've heard me say?
Yeah. But what happens if you can do 5 minutes? Do a change, same, maybe I'll just write a list of the recipes. Not that scary. And it's very doable.
Right.
Maybe I can just walk to the mailbox instead of driving there, or swinging by on the way home, go to the mailbox, post office or 5 minutes. It's the little changes. Or
it gets you to the next step, right, Laura?
Yeah. Or, I want to, I don't know, be a speaker or something like that. Okay, well, how about just doing, but if you're in a group or whatever, your voice is so shaky, just introducing yourself, like you get nervous, but hey, I did it.
Right.
And then what happens? Your mind is saying, yeah, try it again. And try it for 6 minutes tomorrow. And then you're like, oh, and you're showing the universe, yeah, this is what I really mean it.
You're aligning. What I'm hearing is you're aligning yourself to what you want.
And you know what? You're not going to have any parent in back of you saying, get off the couch and make, a low-cal chicken Caesar salad for yourself. No, you have to have that inner prompting for it.
And that's the important piece, everybody. When we do this work, whether you're getting an Akashic record reading, or you're getting a reading or guidance, or even life coaching, you have to want to do the work and take the action steps. That is truly how you manifest. You have to have that feeling, that and then moving towards it. So that's fascinating that that would be said. And let's see from you guys, what is it that you want to change? What is something that you want to change? Hello, Kathleen. Hello, Joe. Thanks for being here. Yolanda, hello. Dorothy, hello. Thanks for being here, guys. What is it that you want to change? What do you see, or better yet, what do you see that you need to jump into to make a change happen, right? Monet says, I need a direction to start. Okay. So what would that look like, Monet? What would that look like? Amanda says, starting to live instead of existing.
So Amanda, very simple. Right now, or after, not right now, because you want to listen to us, but right after us, you write down 3 things that you really love to do. What do you want? And you can call it, I guess, like a bucket list. And or just pick one thing. Diet, or new job, new relationship. What is the one? What's just one little baby step? One baby step. Don't even call it an action step. Just call it a baby step.
So true.
Yeah.
Sharon wants to know, is 82 years old too old to start? No, it's not. It's never. Do you know my aunt went back to school at the age of 70? She went back to school at Northwestern University to get another degree.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's the second time today I've always said to get off the couch. Okay.
Yeah.
Amanda said, funny that you say that. Yes, it is. Especially the new job, right? Yeah. Financial freedom. Dorothy says, start eating better. So what's one action step? Sound familiar, Dorothy? What's one action step that you can do? One action step. New job. Well, you know what I mean. New job coming. Right? To get that new job, you have to apply. To get that new job, you have to start looking. It's these simple things, right? Monet's, go ahead.
So think about this, everybody. Think about, you don't like this, like a starving person. You don't give them a whole, 7-course meal. You're going to give them a little sandwich and just say, take one bite. And the starving person will say, oh, I can do that. I can't eat a 7-course meal. You break it down into a baby step. Oh, yeah.
Look how kind Laura is being. A sandwich. I would have said, you're getting this little cucumber thing is what you're getting. That's what I would have said.
I was thinking of this nice grilled cheese sandwich with the tomato.
See how nice Laura is to you guys? I'd be like, here's your cucumbers, little finger sandwich that they used to have at Neiman Marcus.
Oh, yeah.
My mom used to take me to tea time at Neiman Marcus. I'm like, at 16, I'm like, this isn't cutting it. I'm just going to tell you these little finger sandwiches. What are they called? Little petite.
Oh, yeah. Cucumber tea sandwiches.
Yeah, tea sandwiches. No. Yeah. A 6-year-old? No, thank you. Sharon says, how do I begin to change? What is it that you want to change?
Yeah.
And start there, right? Yeah. Start there. Now, Laura, go ahead.
And listen to your gut. Mm-hmm. Is this really, is it like, you can do it, but maybe it's not really it's not that feeling, or it's a timing issue. People say, oh, Laura, why don't you do a podcast? Because I've heard, why don't you do a podcast? You know a lot of people, you can do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I could, but you know what? It's not the right timing for me.
You'd be more than happy to be a guest on a podcast, right, Laura?
Yes.
Shameless plug, everybody. So get ready for Laura to be on a podcast soon. Okay.
So it could be a timing thing. It could be the job that you want. It hasn't opened up yet because that person hasn't moved, because he hasn't gotten married yet, because his fiance says, we want to move out to Tampa, boom, 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 boom. So there's a lot of times things beyond the veil that we don't see yet. So like with me, I still am a clinical pharmacist, and it was in my zone of excellence. But it wasn't my zone of genius. So like my alternative work is my zone of genius, but I'm a really good clinical pharmacist. That's my zone of excellence. But it helped me. I kept my job, kept it even part-time, and that allowed me to work on my other business. So sometimes people have 2 part-time jobs, and until things, shift, settle out. Yeah.
Amanda says, I was scared applying for a change, but now more excited that it might be happening. It took 5 months for the opportunity.
Yeah. So there was a timing thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Laura says, universe has some wheeling and dealing. Yes. So we're talking about this change, Laura, and we're talking about how, we can make things happen. So if we were to say, okay, people are gonna,
we don't say that we're going to make things happen. Okay, we're going to invite them in.
We invite them to happen. Yes,
we're going to invite an opportunity. We're going to invite possibilities.
That's very true. Yeah. I like the invite. Yes, I do like the invite. Right.
Let's invite. Now you think of this too, to make the change. let's invite in flow. Because here's a story I just heard on somewhere. NASCAR driving team, you know, you know, all that's going. We got to get. We're not making it. We're not making the grade. We're not making our time. You know, so they call in this time and motion consultant. You know, like to come in, and so he goes, well, what do you think will help? You know, they're like, oh, when we get into the pit, we got to get the fuel in faster. We got to change those tires. We got to, you know, blah, blah, blah. We got to, boom, fast. And the consultant said, no, think of flow. Think of the flow, because they're like this. They're all, this one. And then when flow, there's this. So think of flow, and that's when you receive. That's why self-care is so important for receiving and change. When you get a massage, how do you feel? Or even listening to, you know, a beautiful meditation, or just watching, you know, YouTube with dolphins. You know, so self-care can be a lot of things. It doesn't have to always be money, but so you can, and then once you're in the flow, you receive. And I had that experience, but I didn't learn the lesson because I didn't know what the lesson was. Years ago, I went to a race car driving school, something I always wanted to do. So I go to race car driving school, and you know, you have your instructor with you at all times, in your car. And he told me, he said, what always trips people up, they grab their seatbelt and they try to get the seatbelt, and they try to click it in. He goes, you lose 3 to 4 seconds if you do that. He said, just pull there. He said, your mind is thinking, no, you're not doing this right, but your body's relaxed. You pull the seatbelt, you click, boom, and then you take off. And it's the flow, and it's the receiving.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah, flow and receive.
Monet says, that's what I'm doing now. Love aviation, work in optometry, spend my time helping my instructors, small business. That's where my heart is. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So how would we, if we're using the cards and we wanted to know about change, like if I said, I'm just going to do it. If I said, what is my next step moving forward with, and there it is, working with career. I don't even know. I just flipped it. So what is my next step?
Okay. Vibration. Everything is a vibration. Are you matching your vibration to what you want? Is there a mismatch? Is there a mismatch?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fascinating. That's absolutely fascinating, because I'm doing what I think is best.
Doing that, so there's, to me, this is just to me.
Yeah, sure.
There's just like this mismatch of vibration.
Whoop. Yeah. Because I think I'm going in, like you said.
Wrong. Yeah. Neither is wrong. It's just.
But I think I'm going in like this when I should be going in like this.
Yes. Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
And you can ask yourself, like in the morning, what I'll always do is I'll have my cards or whatever, and I'll ask myself, sometimes during meditation, my question is usually, what do I need to know today?
Yeah. What do I need to know today? That's a good one.
To know today. And I have kindness. Be generous with your concern for others. No act is too small. So it's a remembering.
That would make sense. That would make sense. Should we pull a card for everybody here?
Go ahead.
Okay. This is fascinating because this is the card for everybody here. And you can pull one too, Laura, if you want. Tree of life. Like the tree of life, you have abundant energy to share. With roots firmly in the ground and branches reaching the sky, growth and rebirth are yours. Talk about change, guys. Talk about change. This is fascinating. Fascinating.
The card that I pulled was reach. Stretch your boundaries. Connect outside of your world. New places, people, experiences that are foreign to you await your arrival. Reach out. You
reach out, everybody.
Action and change. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. So Laura, what's coming up for you? Like we're talking about the Akashic Records. You are teaching the Akashic Records, are we not? Are you not?
Yes. I'm actually doing it in person in Colorado. But
okay.
I'll be doing online online class. Probably the end of November, beginning of December.
Okay.
So I can get you that information. There's also, if people are interested, there's a summit. I'm in a summit on tarot cards and oracle decks. If people are interested, it's a lot of good giveaways, which is very nice. So the deck, this will be showcased on, on there too. And I am my web person. I'm getting a shopping cart for Shopify.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So my deck, and then I've been making books, journal books. Yeah. So these are all handmade, handcrafted.
Over that way, Laura, a little bit.
Oh.
And stop. There you go. Okay. And then bring it up a little bit.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, there
That's pretty.
Yeah, so these are all handcrafted, all handmade. They're going to be on there. My scarves will be on. Yeah, so there's a lot going on there. Good.
Monet says, yes, she would love to know what the records hold. Well, you guys can do a personal session with Laura if you wanted to. But if you want to learn how to read the records, I'm telling you, the records energy is very light. It's, I would almost compare it to, I think it's actually lighter than Reiki. I think it's like this like just, I don't know. I always feel like it's just, and that's why when I knew that I had to learn how to do the records, it was a feeling of like a light blue blanket being wrapped around me, which is really interesting. And that was the vision that I kept on getting. It's like this blue blanket. And it was so cozy, and it was just so nice and so I almost free feeling. And that's kind of that feeling that you would get. Michelle says, I think it's awesome. I've been in twice. That's awesome. That's awesome. And you are doing your healing circle too, correct?
Yeah, the healing circle, the first Saturday of the month, 9:00 Mountain Time. Send me an email, or I think it's on the website too.
Everything you guys want to know, just go to
www. Or email me too.
Or email her. How would they email you?
littleaspenstudios@gmail.
Okay.
Yeah.
littleaspenstudios@gmail, guys. That easy. Jamie says she loves the healing circle. That's awesome. Joy says the healing circle is wonderful.
Yeah. So our November, we just did vibrations and essential oils for healing. That was our October. And then November, we're going to do sound and vibration.
Nice.
Yeah. Very experiential.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A lot coming through, a lot of transmission coming through for this one.
Okay, cool. Very, very cool.
Now,
are you in the Akashic Records, Laura, when you're doing the healing circle?
Yeah, I opened the records for the group.
Oh, that's so nice.
Beforehand.
That's so nice. I love that. I
So
love that.
you can open up, since I am responsible for the group, I can open up the group's records. Not everybody individual, but it'll be for the group.
Hmm.
So all of that transmission will come through.
Here's a question from Teresa. Considering the belief we've lived multiple lives and we're here to learn lessons, how do we access our records to determine what the lessons are that we are not learning? Is that even possible?
Um, I think every I don't like to use the word like life lessons or life,
Hmm.
or people always say, well, what's my purpose? Well, only you know your purpose, and the records are not going to, tell you. Your purpose might be, um, my purpose might be to do the healing circle. And I don't know that, but I know that's what's prompting me every day for expansion. And I
Hmm.
and I don't like to use the word ascension, because that's kind of like this duality. Well, you're here and I'm
Sure.
up here. So
Right. Yeah.
I love to use the word expansion. So if
Mm-hmm.
you are in this state of grace, in this state of expansion, it might be petting the cats at the animal shelter, like once every 3 weeks. That might be because everything adds to the Akasha. Everything adds.
Fascinating.
And
When it says wish we
yeah.
good.
And you can never get it wrong,
Mm.
Like one of my superpowers, people say like, "Oh, what's your superpower?" Like you can think of it that way. I'm 5'7". One of my superpowers is when I go to the grocery store and I see a little old lady looking up, trying to get the little, can of soup of, the chicken noodle soup from the top. Hi, can I help you? Can I get that for you? Oh, thank you so much. That was maybe my purpose. Maybe that was my
Right.
lesson to go out and help somebody that day.
Right. Because there's a difference between your life purpose and your soul purpose. Two
Mm.
different things. You could have a different life purpose every day. Every day. Um, Missy Dynamite says, are there better crystals to use to access the Akashic records?
I usually use just a clear quartz crystal,
Mhm.
um, or the I think I'll pronounce this the right way. Laboradite crystal.
This one?
Yeah,
Labradorite? Yeah.
yeah, labradorite. Yeah,
Yeah. I didn't
gemstone.
know that was for the Akashic records.
Mm.
Interesting. Fascinating. No wonder I like it so much. It's always right here above me. So fascinating.
Yeah, I
Um,
use those two.
okay.
But yeah,
But I have to say, you guys, to really access them is to really learn how to properly
yeah.
go in and hold that energy. It's nice to dip in and out, but when you can hold it and
Yeah.
get it, it's really, really cool. Um, in what way are the records changing in your experience?
I would say what I have seen is, okay, now we have galactic Akashic records. 20 years ago, we did not have a galactic Akashic record.
Mhm.
The information, well, for me, my experience is information comes in faster, quicker. Um, it's no longer this, very laborious, oh, we gotta, let's go and we gotta get in the records. It's faster, it's quicker. They're like, come
Mhm.
on, and I hate to use the word shifting from that 3D to 5D, but this is what we're here for.
Mm.
Holding the light. All of everybody here are light workers. So yeah, we get in there. It's a higher vibration, holding the vibration, and then,
Right, right. And Jamie, it's kind of like what we just said, the difference between life and soul purpose. your soul. So my life purpose can be, again, just like Laura said, helping somebody out. It could be picking somebody the day. It could be like, oh, I was able to stop a lady from crossing the road because she didn't see the car was coming. That could have been my life purpose for that day. The soul purpose, what I know that one of my soul purposes is to be a connector. I know that I connect people to other people and connect groups and friends and businesses to one another. I know that is part of my soul purpose, is to connect. And again, it's on the business card: connect, educate, and grow. I mean, that is part of my stuff, right? So Carson says, hey, Rachel, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Carson says, like watching the evolution of the records. As we evolve, so do the records.
Mhm.
Yeah.
See, before like 20 years ago, when it was a very small group of people that were doing the Akashic Records. So our group, we would kind of go every time we opened the records, we would kind of go up and then out. And then the next time we'd go up and out. And it took some time, to build, because what happens is you build a relationship with the records. So it was like this. And now we're like, so, we're like, we're pretty good. So that's why there's a quickening.
Yep.
Yeah.
So true. I'll let you answer this. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, like my soul purpose, I'm a teacher healer. How I do that is up to me. I have free will. I have free choice on however I want to do that. But that's me, And I was a healer for so long in traditional medicine, shifted to alternative medicine. So it's like you can morph and play.
Right.
With modality.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. Jamie wants to know, can they be the same? Life purpose and soul purpose. She wants to be a conduit of healing.
Sure. Of course. Yes. Yeah, Jamie.
And I would add to that, Jamie, that you want to get a little bit more specific. Here's the subject matter of conduit of healing. So you would be healing each day, or doing, that's what your life purpose is. But your soul purpose is a deeper healing. It's a healing of the soul, not just the healing of a life. That makes sense. Think about that. So then it's really as important as the here and now.
Yeah. Because that's all there is the here and now. Yeah.
Delora wants to know, out of the spaceship and into Delora's world, is Laura teaching Galactic Akashic Records separately?
Not at this time, no. But probably next year I will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to tell you guys, because I know Laura for a long time. Anytime she says not at this time, know that she's going to do it. Just know that she's going to, because that's an idea. Then boom, she does it. If it resonates with her, she does it. Laura's a mover and a shaker, everybody.
Well, and so like the downloads that I'm getting now, it's like get your Spotify. It's kind of like get the foundation going.
Yep.
Because there's going to be more to it, and I'll probably do some kind of artwork from
that goes with that, right?
My Arcturian guides, or I'm very, very Arcturian. So,
Me too.
And Andromeda. So I'm like, okay, so those are, so it's like, okay, like the guides are like, we got you.
Yeah. Fascinating. Just fascinating.
Yeah.
Michelle says, and I was taught closing the records is an important step as well. Do you agree with that, or do you make sure you close them?
Yeah, usually, like, you would say some kind of a prayer, like this is one of the closing prayers. I would like to thank the masters, teachers, and loved ones for their love and compassion. I would like to thank the Lords of the Akashic Records for their point of view. And I would like to thank the Holy Spirit of Light for all knowledge and healing. The records are not closed, amen. The records are not closed, amen. Now, I've known people that, oh, I'm going to open up the records and go to sleep, you know, and I want to be, you know, and the records are they'll close themselves.
Right.
So don't worry. If like, oh my God, I forgot I was in the records,
Right.
you know, 2 days ago. Are they still open? No, the records are self-closing.
I did that once where I had the when I was learning and I had the records open and I was doing this and I let me just tell you, my dreams were really funky. They
Yeah.
were really funky. They were cool, but I
Yeah.
was like, I woke up, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to close the records. And like, and I remember talking
Yeah.
to you, you're like, they close themselves. So
Yeah,
it's right.
they're self-correcting. Let's
Yes.
say this.
Do you access them daily? Monet wants to know.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I go in there with a simple, you know, you know, like, what do I need to know today?
Right.
You know, I mean,
Right.
there's I mean, one of the purposes of humans here on Earth is to be closer to the divine, whether you call it,
Yep.
the, you know, the universe or whatever. And the way to do that is being human and going through the human experience. Otherwise, we
Mhm.
wouldn't be here. You know, we'd be up in the, you know, the galaxies. But we're
Right.
here for the human experience. So what do I need to, you know? And sometimes it's very simple. You know, it just might be, you know, send out some emails or, you know, or just do a meditation. I mean, it doesn't have to be, you know, oh, you're going to get hit by a lightning today. And you know, you're gonna hit this out of body, and you know, it's not like that. You know, it's much more simpler
Mhm. And
and,
light. It
and
is light.
personal. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and everybody, you know, I am very, and this is my science part. I'm very thump. It comes through. It's very direct. It's like, okay, well, what else do you have? What else is going on? Boom, boom, boom. It's not fluffy. That's how I'm not a fluffy reader. I'm not this. I'm just not. You know. But the right people find the right readers. I don't care where
Right.
you know wherever you're at. But yeah.
You already got 3 people wanting to do a galactic. You got Diane, Delora, and Carson. They're all like, okay, let's go on that spaceship of galactic Akashic Records.
Yeah.
Me Spark wants to know, why don't you believe in yourself to know?
To know,
You know, you have to.
I think to know what we need to change.
Yeah. Can you elaborate a little bit?
Well, it could be, you know, and this goes back to like almost like our inner child days.
Mhm.
There's so many limiting, you know, there's limiting beliefs that are thrown at us. There's false um, teachings that are, you know, when we're little. There's no sometimes love given to us when we're little, you know. So of course we have self doubts, we have lack of self worth. So you have to get through all of this. There's
Yeah.
trauma. And this is, you know, and a lot of this has to be cleared through time, space, levels of consciousness, and dimensions. Yet, you know, so there's a lot going on.
Mhm. She said, what don't you believe in yourself to know without looking at the records?
You can do this without looking at. I think the records, it's a lot faster
Hmm.
instead of going through, you know, probably, you know, 3 years of therapy. Nothing against therapists, but you know,
Right. No.
you know, you could, you know. Um,
If you want to access it, again, the choice is yours.
exactly.
Yeah.
The records, there's no ego.
Really important to know that, everyone.
So you step aside and then there's no ego. And it's up to you because it shows you your possibilities, probabilities.
Here's one from the wisdom of Delora. Sometimes I consider we are whole when we're born. Then we start forgetting and pieces of our soul splinter off. Being human is putting that puzzle back together. Look at you. Delora-isms. Love it. Love it.
Delora-ism.
Yes, it's good. It's good. Laura, here we are, an hour gone. An hour gone. And tell everybody what the cards are, your next deck.
I'm going to, and maybe you can give me some suggestions. I want to do a companion or a standalone to the Attunement deck, and I want to call it Actions and Affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already doing some I ams, baby steps to take, whatever. It's going to be very simple, but yet very direct.
Mm-hmm.
So you can pull a card, you can pull an attunement card and then your action affirmation card and see how they blend. Or you can just use them separately as well. Yeah.
I think it's cool. And again, guys, go to littleaspenstudios@gmail.com to email Laura.
Yeah, email me if you have any questions.
Or for those of you that want to get on the next year Galactic Akashic record reading teaching classes, go ahead and let her know. If you want to get on the healing circle, please do that. They can, if they want to book a session with you, Laura, they can go to Little Aspen Studios to book a session. Okay. And you're always welcome back. I mean, I love just having you on here. What else can I tell everybody? There's going to be 15 have patience and 20 go journal. I just know it. She's going to say there's 15 cards that are saying have patience and 20 cards will say go journal. You're hysterical. Alicia is also climbing aboard the Galactic Akashic record reading class. And look, so is Joy. But she's going to do the Galactic Healing Circle, a new class. Wonderful. I'm surprised Stephanie isn't jumping on the bandwagon for that one. So what can I tell you guys? Tomorrow is Sunday. I have to look. On Sunday, tomorrow night, we have our Facebook and Instagram and YouTube guided meditation, 7 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Mountain, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Come join me. I am starting a class in November. It's an intuitive developmental series class, and that will be in November. Go to the website to take a peek. Also, guys, every Friday, we've been doing this now. Yesterday was the second one. We are going to do prayers for peace at 7 p.m. on Friday. It is the Sabbath on Friday, so I wanted to honor our Jewish friends to have it on Friday, but to have it late at night. And even on the retreats, on the 2 retreats on the 27th and on November 3rd, we will stop doing what we're doing and we will do 15 minutes to 20 minutes of prayer live at the retreat. So it's really good. Dorothy said, I will jump on the healing circle. Excellent. Excellent. So guys, again, littleaspenstudios.com if you want to look at any of Laura's classes, if you want to order this amazing deck that we love. And Laura, thanks for being on here. Hold that thought for a moment. I appreciate you. Everyone, remember, as always, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. There is unity in community. From our hearts to yours. Thanks, everybody. Be well and see you soon. Take care.